there's no calculation you can make that would bring you to this conclusion if you had any awareness of what the issue was. Like the idea that that they wouldn't just say, I don't know for this. Let me just tell you what I'm talking about in terms of these pollings. And I saw these on, I read the poll, but some of these graphics are from Rachel Maddow's show. The unemployment rate under Obama has gone from, what was it, like almost 10.2 or 3 or something like that, down to 4.7. Now, with that said, we know that the employment participation rate has not recovered. Wages are stagnant, whatnot. But the unemployment rate, as measured by the government, right? I don't think like it has gone down by almost 6 points. Okay, under the and here's a little graph of it. I'm showing it on the video here. Okay, the number of Trump voters who think the unemployment rate has increased is 67%. 67%. Almost 70% of Trump voters believe that the unemployment rate has increased during Obama's presidency. And now, that's just like, there's just no way, there's no like, well, I guess they could say like that 70% are going like, well, are you doing U4 or U6? Because, all right, here's the other one. 40% of Donald Trump voters believe that he won the popular vote. 40%. Now, to be fair, I guess like 70% of Democrats would say like Donald Trump shouldn't be president and didn't really win the presidency because of the Electoral College. But I don't think they would say that Hillary Clinton won the electoral vote. Here's the other.
Those are two very different things. It's what you think should determine who's president versus what reality is. Republicans aren't accepting reality.
Here's the other thing.
Don't know it. Yeah.
I'm not, and I'm agnostic about the performance of these things. But when Obama was inaugurated, the Dow Jones Industrial Average, the stock market, that I think that's like most people perceive that as just that's the stock market, was at 7,949. So let's just call it 8,000. Today, it's at 19,600. I don't know what it is.
Towards 20,000, folks. That is correct.
And
clearly a terrible job done.
And Trump voters, 40% of them think that it has gone down under Obama. 40%. So when people talk about like we need to reach these people,
there's no reaching them unless you're willing to send a more compelling conspiracy theory their way that benefits you. I'm not saying there's no reaching any of the folks we're talking about, but this core kind of 40 to 60% of Trump voters, literally, as far as we're concerned, should just not exist. I mean, our policies will help some of them, and we should want to help people, but their concerns and their whatever it is that animates their daily lives should be of no interest to us. They don't live in reality. They won't live in reality. And if we try to go talk to them, it's a waste of our time.
A total waste of time. And look, we know that there is a tremendous amount of data saying that North American population, 20 to 25% are authoritarians. That lines up fairly nicely when you look at the Trump voters, that, 50% of them or so are just, I could shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue and they would still support me. And
I think in most cases with most of his people, that's exactly right. I think he made a very true statement there.
Yep.
I think he may lose a few here and there. Maybe would have even lost enough to lose the Electoral College. But I think the bulk of his people, had he shot a random person on Fifth Avenue, would have stayed with him.
I'm not convinced that if they shot someone from their family that they wouldn't stay with him. I think they could even...
right. And I'm not saying this for any hyperbole. This is what I actually believe, looking at all the numbers and everything.
I think that if it had come out that Trump is actually a secret Muslim, I honestly think that a lot of these people would start praying to Mecca.
I do too. Yeah, absolutely.
There would be mass conversions.
It came out that he basically was a secret Russian, and a whole lot of people that hated Russia suddenly loved Russia.
Mass conversions in this country.
Yeah.
Eid. That's the thing. If Trump ever comes out as a Muslim, that's the thing. Invest in, like, I don't know, go long on whatever they do to celebrate. Whatever. I don't know what products would Eid. What would you get for Eid?
Halal butchers, obviously.
I guess so. I don't know how you. I don't know.
Big league into
All right. Hey, it's Sam Seder. Why don't you subscribe to this channel? You can do so right over here. Over. Subscribe.